rise, warriors of gold. Legends are written, our story unfolds. Steel meets will in the heart of the fight. Bow to the crown or be lost in the night. We stand tall, we don't kneel. Glory forged in iron and steel. Through the fire, through the pain, only the strongest will remain. Imperial, the kingdom stands. Imperial, we rule the land. No retreat, no backing down. We wear the gold, we take the crown. Imperial, the empire reigns. Battle cries echo through the halls. Champions rise while the weak ones fall. One shot, one chance, destiny calls. Claim your fate or lose it all. We stand tall, we don't kneel. Glory forged in iron and steel. Through the fire, through the pain, only the strongest will remain. The kingdom stands. Imperial, we rule the land. No retreat, no backing down. We wear the gold, we take the crown.
They walk in shadows, dressed in gold and black. Hybrid's got the power, Alfie's got the knack. From the mat to the mic, they command the scene. The Detriment duo, sharp, slick, and clean. They don't just wrestle, no, they philosophize. With a glint in their eyes and a world-wise guise. And now they're talking truths you won't forget on a show where brawn and heart have met. Sentiment with a detriment. Pull up a chair, you're heaven sent. Hear the tales, the grit, the glory. Every match tells a deeper story. Oh, sentiment with a detriment. More than fists, it's an element. Hybrid and Alfie taking center stage with velvet words and a poet's rage. They've bled for gold, they've bruised for pride, but their soul in the fire they hold inside. From locker room blues to the cheers of the crowd, they carry their scars like thunder loud.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Sentiment with the Detriment. I'm Alfie Jaxyn, and joining me is the kid that stays off the grid. It's Hybrid. Okay, David, the media guy. That's where Hybrid normally joins in. But anyway, we'll continue. Ah, he's gone! He's gone! Anyways, welcome to Sentiment with the Detriment. I'm Alfie Jaxyn. It has been a while since we have done this lovely live. So we've got a few things to catch up on. You know, if there's any comments, please prop them up. I love to talk to the crowd. Hello from the USA. Hello from England. Good evening. Jesus Christ, we are worldwide. See, and we've even got the ref involved. Good evening, Brian. So obviously it has been a while. Since the last one, I think we've had 2 shows. Our Legacy and the last show. Oh! He's back.
Hello.
There he is. You disappeared?
Oh no, someone was ringing us, sorry.
Ah.
Like literally as it started, someone was ringing us. I was like, crap.
Well. As I was saying, there's been 2 shows since last time we were on. Our Legacy and Battle for the Crown. Let's just give a brief rundown. If you missed them last 2 shows, you can watch them on our Patreon, which David will put up on screen now. I'm sure he's made a fancy banner.
Main question is, why did you miss it?
Exactly. Why? I don't care if your goldfish had died or whatever it was. Why did you miss such a great shows?
Oh, actually, my gecko has just died last week.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. I don't know if cameraman Dave has the ability to put up a little tribute to him, but I'm guessing not, as I didn't prepare anything. But rest in peace, Ivar. You will be missed. I know you had some great experiences with Ivar as well.
I hated him, but rest in peace.
He went out like he lived, stiff as a board.
Right. Anyways, yes, the Patreon is there for you to watch all the greatest of the Imperial Wrestling Federation. Get to see our beautiful faces. Get to see Dagons. Everyone you can imagine is on right there, and it is relatively cheap, I believe, like 10 quid. But yes, in a week's time, it's Grand Slam 2. Can you believe it?
I know, it's like a year already.
A year
Cra-
already.
It's crazy. Makes me toes sweat.
Makes my toes twinkle.
Ooh. Oh, wonderful. I mean, wonderful.
He must have had something set up. What a great general manager he is, even caring about Ivar.
Ivar the Tailless. He's up there with Princess now. I'm happy for that to be played at any point. I'm sure someone will
Just
let
give
us.
us warning, please.
Yeah, the warning.
But yes, our legacy where we got beat by the Legion. Pretty terrible. I'm not blaming anyone, but I do believe there was like someone in the crowd that had a laser pointer, and that's why we lost. What other things happened on our legacy? Let's see. Hex beat a debut in Arcade. Now, honestly, Hex, he's on par with Jakob with being the future generation of IWF. I can't say enough good things about him, especially considering he's wearing a mask. Last masked wrestler we had in here lasted about 5 seconds. Whatever happened to him, I don't know. Kirsty beat a deep. Sorry?
Nothing.
Kirsty Love beat apparently to retain her IWF. I've got the belt title wrote down as well. Liberty Championship. See, I'm prepared this month. I've got everything wrote down. Liberty Championship, and what could only be described as a brutal exchange of strikes. We also had Flashback beating Nate Sawyer for the second time. Was it the first time? The first twice.
I think.
Sure, it was the second time.
I think Flashback's won twice. He's beat him twice. I think.
Well, there we go. Another end in the story of Flashback destroying that creepy masked geezer. We also had Dagon versus Walker, which did end in a no contest. And honestly, you hate to see matches like that end in such a way. However, with them two, it was kind of like a fairy tale. You know, former tag partners, bestest of friends, and they couldn't outdo each other. So eventually, no one won. And that's what happens when you're on par with someone your level. We also had Alan Shaw beating Jakub. Now, personal highlight of the show that was for me, because we got to see two of the high-flying greatest talents in IWF collide. You know, we throw up Persona and Hex in there. Everyone's off the ground. But
Don't
yes,
forget
Alan
Hybrid.
Shaw. Oh, and Hybrid, we seen you do your lucha stuff. lucha.
I was thrown
And then
off for
finally,
2 weeks afterwards.
oh,
It's
and then finally, Battle for the Crown, the last show at the Grindon. Kirsty beat Lottie. Now, this match, I believe, was a turning point for the women's roster here in IWF, because Lottie, I believe that she's the youngest female that we've got within our roster. Yet she turned a lot of heads that night. You know, she was this close from winning, and I couldn't believe it. You know, I actually sat in the crowd for that, and my ears were almost gone by how loud it was. It was kind of heartwarming to see someone getting so far at such a young age. But inevitably, Kirsty beat, because experience beats heart most days of the week. We also had Jakob versus Hex. There we go. Jesus Christ! Jakob's looking like Brock Lesnar. Jesus!
You could grate cheese on him.
That has to be AI. But yes, Jakob beat Hex. Another match where two high flyers went up against each other. Two people very similar in age. You know, I believe they are quite close outside the ring. And honestly, I don't want to spoil anything from that match, so remember to watch it on Patreon. We also had Rory Shaw versus Johnny Wilson. There we go. The Scottish Brock Lesnar versus the Scottish Johnny Gargano, I guess, if you're going to compare him to someone.
The Scottish
As
Johnny
expect-
flashback.
Scottish Johnny flashback, perfect. Rory obviously beat Wilson because look at their muscles. It's more than just for aesthetics. They actually have a purpose. And next up we had Matty Mayhem beating Flashback. Obviously we've both been in the ring with Flashback. He loves his Russian leg sweeps and arm drags. But Matty Mayhem, I don't know if you've ever been in a ring with him, but
Don't think so.
he's a tough striker, I tell you. When he hits you, you can tell you've been hit. We also had the Detriment facing Fatal Fantasy. Now this match, we were robbed because there's a moment in that match where I had Danny Keir, or was it you? I had one of them pinned for the 3 count. And yet Fahrenheit seemed to be distracted by well, I'm not pointing names, but it was you. You know.
I'm glad we are on the same page here, and I agree. We lost the match because the referee was incompetent, and top bottom is he's a knacker.
I mean, I get what you're doing.
I was touched my shoulder. Well, it hurts.
Oh yes, that's what you were out. I should have wrote that down. Yes. How is your shoulder?
Well, it hurts.
Can you do that?
I can.
Do it then.
No.
Okay.
I am 100% for our next show. That's all you need to know about.
That's exactly all I need to know. Because next show we're going to repeat history by winning the championships again at Grand Slam. But
We need
after
to
that
change
match,
it because
Sorry?
we need to change the look because frankly we haven't been doing very well. Let's face it.
but we're undefeated at Grand Slam if you think about it. Except from the Rumble, actually. We didn't win the Rumble, but oh, you got the mic.
Got to see someone cares.
Well, we're undefeated at Grand Slam. But anyway, after that match, Fatal Fantasy decided to be a bit dirty, you know. They knew they couldn't beat us again. So they attacked us after the bell. Luckily, Blaze of Glory were there to make the save. And
Whoa, let's back it up.
Alright.
Well, remember who saved you when you were getting your head kicked in? Well, we were both getting our heads kicked in. I threw myself on top of you, so I would take that battering. Not Blaze of Glory. They waited.
Yeah,
And that,
but
we didn't need them. We would have just tanked it.
I don't know. I was completely gone by the end of that match. I landed headfirst on the belt.
It's just attacking us from behind is such a Ewan and Danny Kaye thing to do, but also Blaze of Glory watching the whole thing and waiting until very last minute to then come in and try and steal the spotlight of a match is such a Blaze of Glory thing to do.
You know that when you put it like that, I see where you're coming from. I believe that we're trying to be respectful, but the way that you've just worded it, I can see your point of view, and I don't disagree. Next up, sorry.
No, go on. It's just the noises. We stood shoulder to shoulder in that match. We worked as a team like we always do, best friends always. And then
Always.
they try to kind of crowbar themselves in the way and take this moment. So that's when I was like, yeah, I'm not having this.
You've got every right to feel that way, Hybrid. I acknowledge your feelings. Anyways, next we had Legion, the Legion, beating Alan Shaw and Dagon. This match had a stipulation where if the Legion won, they got to decide what their following show stipulations would be for their individual matches. So we've got Dagon facing Spawn. Yes, Dagon faces Spawn. And then we also have Alan Shaw facing Persona. I don't know if it has been put out publicly yet, so I'm trying to remember. I don't think it does. If there is anything you want to add on that.
No, it's just going to be a good match, and I hope Spawn gets put in his place, and I hope Persona gets put in his place.
There we go. We also had Asylum versus Walker, which again, a no contest.
This is 2 Walker matches off the bat that were no contest, weren't they?
Well, that match was literally 2 big beefy men slapping meat. Like,
and we know you love that. You love that. You love to watch that.
no. Let us just get in contact with Dave quickly. You continue about something else.
So yeah, that was no contest. Last show, Walker had a no contest. Could all these things be linked? Who knows? We'll find out next time. Alfie, what you doing? Because all I can see is your greasy thumb.
Contacting Dave.
All I can see is that.
I need confirmation or something before I get myself into
Are you thinking about stipulations?
Yeah, I need to get confirmation or something before I get in trouble.
I think Dagon's stipulation was announced.
He's gotten in contact. Oh yes, problem solved. Yes, I knew it was. So Dagon versus Spawn. It is career versus belt. This really makes you wonder how far Spawn's going to go to retire his dad, or will Dagon ultimately put his son down?
Wait. Yeah. This is an all or nothing type of match, actually.
It is.
About it.
I knew the word. I had it wrote down, but I don't know why I didn't believe it. Yeah, it was a normal. That's why I didn't have it wrote down, because it was a normal match. I said to myself I would remember, but clearly I didn't. But Alan Shaw versus Persona. Persona said pretty much he didn't need any fancy stipulation. He could just simply out wrestle Alan Shaw, and that's why everyone calls him the GOAT. You know, he's got to have the confidence in that ring, and there's no one who has a bigger ego than Persona.
I don't know, I'm seeing a few. Like Blaze of Glory.
I mean,
but I'd rather not go on about it if it's all the same to you.
Let's keep that rage for next week, yeah? The 18th. Yeah.
I'd rather not talk about it if it's all the same to you.
Should we go through, before we continue, a brief moment in memory of Ivar?
I can fly higher than an eagle.
He's all bent up. Did you see him? Do you know what it is? I found him. So a little brief history, right? So I went to check on him on the night before I went to bed, and he was stood over his food bowl. So I prodded him with a nice lolly stick. And it's the ice lolly stick I used to mix his food. So I prodded him, and he just kind of went. I was like, oh, he's alive. So I got up the next day, and he was in the same position, and I was like, right, he's either had some good scran here, but his eyes were sunken and everything. So I poked him with a lolly stick again. And he kind of just tipped. but he gripped onto the food bowl. So I had to get the lolly stick in between him and the food bowl. I had to try and wrench him out. But that wasn't working because the food bowl's got food stuck to it that's on the shelf as well. So I had to do that. Ivor went flying out the cage. The food ball went flying out the cage. The bairn's crying. I'm there trying to pick this crusty pepperoni up off the floor that he looks like it. Everyone's upset. The food's all over. Then everyone's like, "Oh, you should have buried him in your garden." I was like, "I don't have a garden," so we had to get in the bin. And stop crying. I know you loved him too, and I was just like, "This is just horrible." So now I'm sat here with like a £300 enclosure. I don't know what to do with that.
Precious memories indeed, DJ.
Precious memories, I know. And it's, yeah.
Oh.
The worst bit is, I haven't even emptied his cage. Obviously, I've emptied him out because he went flying, like Flappy Bird, across the room. But his cage is still sat here with all the stuff in. I'm moving house in 2 weeks. I'm going to have to empty the cage, stick it in the garage. It's going to be like a shrine.
Oh, well. But anyway, enough about Ivor. He's gone.
I'd rather not go on about Ivor as well if it's all the same with you.
Yeah, same. I agree. Let's talk about Grand Slam 2. Some of the matches. We've got Dagon versus Bourne, all or nothing. Title v Korea. Korea versus title. Look at that amazing poster. Mwah. Best artwork there is. We've got Alan Shaw versus
Ivor was on it.
Shut up about him. He's dead. Gone. Here we have Alan Shaw versus Persona. Normal match, like I said, Persona. He knows that he can beat Alan Shaw to gain the Sovereign Shield.
2 high flyers.
2. Yes.
Like Ivor when I flicked him out of the cage.
I swear to God.
Okay,
Next we have Kirsty Love versus Penelope Grace for the IWF Liberty Championship. We have a returning Penelope Grace. It's been a while since we've seen her.
It's been 2 shows.
Yes. Special referee too. Lottie is the special ref on this one, keeping her eye close to the opponents, to her enemies. Yes.
To the competitors. She's not facing
To the competitors. That's the word that I was looking for.
Yeah.
We also have Asylum versus Walker. This time, last man standing.
Is this the 3rd match these have had?
Yes, but this one, last man standing.
Well, I suppose there's going to be no way it can be no contest then.
Unless they're both lying down. But I doubt
like
it.
Ivor was.
I swear. We also have, so last year at Grand Slam 1, we had a next in line rumble. This year, DJB's decided to do it a little bit different and have a next in line 6-man elimination. We have Johnny Flashback. We have Rory Shaw, Matty Mayhem, Jakob, who's like he's on the end, Johnny Wilson, and a debuting Scoop. Now I've seen him.
Ivor out the tank. Scoop him out. Right, I am done now.
Right. This match, honestly, I do believe anyone could take it. I would like to see Jakob take it, you know. All that talent, all that experience in there.
Team Flashback, come on.
Team Flashback. I can't wait to see what that Scoop can bring to IWF. Hopefully he has a scoop on the gossip.
I didn't hear what you said.
It's fine, neither did I.
You were joking on about me dead gecko away.
Yeah. Next we have Detriment versus Fatal Fantasy versus Blaze of Glory in a triple threat elimination tag. We clearly have issues with both of it. Well, you clearly have issues with Blaze and Glory more so than me. But Fatal Fantasy cheeked their way out of the last match. You know, they only just got out with the belt. This time, there's going to be no doubt about it that the belts are coming home with us. Is there anything that you would like to add to that?
No, so I'm having a look here. One of them looks like a lost child. One of them's ego's through the roof. One of them's weird as hell, and one of them's a goblin. So, if we don't win, I'm just bored of this now. All we do is lose.
Yeah,
It's getting boring.
you've got to listen to the vision.
It's a,
We might,
you've got to
we might
listen
not.
to the vision. No, you see the vision.
That's what I meant. We might have not have won the matches, right, but we've won the crowd, and that's what's more important. Okay. Now, have you done your power rankings this week?
Yeah.
Do you want to have your
Spoiler.
time to do it?
Spoiler, we're not on it. So
Listen to see the vision.
you were going to say listen to it again.
I was exactly right.
God. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Power Rankings.
No.
God forbid that word.
Ow.
This wouldn't have happened on Alive if Spawn was doing it.
Or either. Dave, power rankings.
Now, I know he's got them because I sent them all to him.
And I know he's.
Oh, well, I'm sure we can work around it. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the Power Rankings. I did send you all of them, though. So, number 5, we have Johnny Flashback. So, these are going for the past 2 shows. So, he defeated Nate again. And then he took a loss to Matty Mayhem. But that is 1 point. So, in total. Next slide. He's on 12. Next, we've got Alan Shaw. So he retained the Sovereign Shield title against Jakob. So if you win a match, it's plus 1 point because the key's clearly not on. If you retain a title, it's plus 2 points, and if you win a title, it's plus 3 points. So he retained the Sovereign Shield title against Jakob, but he lost alongside Dagon to the Legion. But that's plus 2 points, giving him a total of 12. Next up, we have this creature, Persona. So he defeated the Detriment with Spawn. Boo. And then he defeated Dagon and Alan Shaw with Spawn. Boo. That's plus 1 for each, so there's plus 2 points in total. Persona is on 13. Oh, just saying as well, after Flashback, I think, just a heads up, Kirsty is on 12 points as well. So, just to prepare us, we're going to have our first woman on the Power Rankings, which will be exciting. Well, I mean, she's bound to be on eventually, but she's on that border. I was going to put her on instead of Flashback, but I thought we'd make it more special for when she actually comes on. Next up, we've got Danny Kaye, who's actually been on a tear, and I think I said it last show with the Power Rankings. Even though I think he's an absolute knacker and a wally, he's been creeping so quickly. Danny Kaye defeated Blaze of Glory with Ewan to retain the Regal Duos titles, which is plus 2. And then him and Ewan defeated the Detriment to retain a title, so that's plus 4. So Danny Kaye's on 16. Next, I think, is honourable mentions, or it should be. Yay! Honourable mentions. I've gave it a Hex and Lottie. I thought it was time. Obviously, they're just starting out. It might be a while before we see them on these rankings, so I thought I'd give them a little bit of exposure now. Lottie done absolutely incredible against such a seasoned veteran, a powerhouse of a seasoned veteran, that is Kirsty. And Hex, I think he's going to take the company by storm. Like you said, it's even harder when you're wearing that mask. But finally, back to the power rankings. Number 1. Defeated a Detriment alongside Persona. Then he defeated Dagon and Alan Shaw alongside Persona. Plus 2 points. Given Sparny 17. Boo.
Boo.
I know.
And finally, the last thing of sentiment with the Detriment. Last week, I asked you lovely fans to send in your best and favourite story about your time here at IWF. And honestly, a few people actually sent stuff in, which I was surprised that it worked.
We've had a lot of personal messages as well. But
We have.
Yeah.
But because of the sheer amount, me and Hybrid have said we're going to have to put it off and wait till the special anniversary of the Detriment, sentiment with the Detriment. So next show, tune in to see if you've won see if your story has came on our live. If it was yours that we have deemed the greatest, then you will win a family pass to a show of your choosing. But the only way to win that is to actually tune into the next sentiment with the Detriment. I have been your host, Alfie Jaxyn. That right there is the kid that lives off the grid, Hybrid. That rhymes, so great. Thank you for watching.
Rest in peace, Ivor.